Going live because I hate the border wall. I hate the whole idea of the border wall. I hate it. And I hate the fight over it. I hate the bullshit over it. I've been researching it and it's annoying me so much. I really hate it. I'll tell you why. American Rivers Magazine talked all about the Rio Grande, and I do have an article to read about it from Quartz Magazine back in August. Trump's border wall could decimate these rare species. And even if he's changed it from having, geez, I don't know, man. Even if he's changed it from having concrete, now it's slats and steel. I watched the Vox series called Borders, and I've seen the walls all over the world. We don't want to be Tibet. We're not Tibet. We are not Morocco trying to protect Spain. We're not in China. We don't need a wall. A wall is stupid in the United States. And I'm going to read this article because I'm just in that mood. And it's Sunday night, so cheers. Whoever joins me. And I'm wearing my border wall clothing because these animals, or everywhere, because these fake things, because they're all going to go extinct. So anyway, here we go. From beautiful songbirds and stealthy cats to rock-like mussels and long-nosed bats, the 1,900-mile, 3,000-kilometer Rio Grande supports a number of rare plants and animals, even in its current beleaguered state. The river itself is habitat for fish and mussels, and also plays an important role in sustaining what remains of a subtropical forest in South Texas, which is also the home to a host of threatened and endangered animals and plants. But the combination of habitat loss and disruptive border security infrastructure is making an already fragile situation prone to an ecological breakdown, which is happening, going to happen. Even though I've seen some of the parts of the wall. You know what? I don't know if I can see the chat. I can see the chat. Hi, Trevor. Okay, so I'm in my pajamas and I'm doing this because I was just, you know, sometimes I just get so, I want to. So this is perhaps most keenly felt by two large cat species, the ocelot and the Gulf Coast jaguarundi. For the Texas populations of both cats to survive, they need to be able to cross back and forth across the river. They have to go across the Rio Grande. And but the administration's plans for a border wall could make that increasingly difficult. Squeezed by fences and rapid urbanization, these animals face a perilous future, as do many other species that rely on the desert river. To Texas hornshell, it's an endangered species. And to the untrained eye, the Texas hornshell might pass for a mossy rock. The muddy brown-colored species of mussel is found in crevices and boulder outcroppings of the Rio Grande. In February, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service listed the mussel as endangered because of declining water quality and decreased flows. The animal is found in just 15% of its historical range. I am so sick of hearing about animals going extinct. It's sickening. Just annoys the shit out of me. And this doesn't have to happen in this country. The ocelot. Yeah, we probably know an ocelot. The ocelot is a spotted cat that typically weighs 15 to 30 pounds and is native to South Texas. But today there may be as few as 80 in Texas, according to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. As much as 95% of the cat's preferred habitat of grasslands and shrublands has been lost to urbanization and agriculture. It breaks my freaking heart. It just breaks my heart. It's not just there, but this border wall is just a clusterfuck. It's everywhere. Rio Grande silvery minnow. The silvery minnow was first listed as an endangered by the Fish and Wildlife Service in 1994. At the time, the minnow was found solely in the upper reaches of the Rio Grande in New Mexico. In 2008, the Fish and Wildlife Service introduced a population near Big Bend National Park in West Texas, and they've been releasing stocks of fish into the park every year since. But the small fish's 2-year life cycle and short reproductive season make it difficult for populations to survive the region's droughts. One especially dry year is enough to cause a steep decline in the species' numbers. Then there's the Chisos mountain hedgehog cactus. That's a threatened one, so named because of its resemblance to the bristly animal. This cactus is found only in Big Bend National Park in West Texas. West Texas. We should ask Hambone about Texas. Does he give a shit? I don't know. I don't know if he's even talked about the wall. Listed as threatened in 1988, the plant had suffered from habitat degradation as a result of livestock overgrazing. We know about that, and climate change. The Fish and Wildlife Service is currently reviewing the species status to determine if it has recovered thanks to current conservation efforts or needs additional protection. Well, I would say it's how many months later, right? And I would say probably fucked. Okay, Gulf Coast jaguarundi. The jaguarundi, a weasel-like cat, was first listed as endangered by the Fish and Wildlife Service in 1976 and is found in the Tamaulipan scrublands of northeast Mexico and South Texas. The dense brush that the cat needs to survive has increasingly been mowed down to make way for development, agriculture, and border security activities. The FWS wants to establish a U.S. population of 500 by 2050. Will there be 500 of us? A goal complicated by the fact that the current population sizes are unknown. Then there's the Mexican long-nosed bat. Then there's the northern Aplomado falcon. Then there's the southwestern willow flycatcher. So there's probably more than this, but that's just the article I wanted to read briefly because I'm not going to stay on long. I've been obsessed with this freaking thing. They, especially since I looked at all the videos of all the other walls, you know, in the other countries, and what disasters they are. I mean, God, nobody talks about what the ecological damage is to animals and wildlife in these other countries. Or at least that I haven't seen yet, you know. I haven't seen it yet. And I mean, I sit on Twitter sometimes because I'm bored. And, you know, you look at all this bullshit in the United States and what Trump is saying. It's such a diversion. He's so diverting. This whole wall is such a bunch of shit. Okay? The people that are coming now number in such an insignificant amount. And this guy is talking about martial law and an emergency in this country. You know, 2 years ago, people were talking about that and they were laughing and saying, oh gosh, that'll never happen. Here we are. Here we are on the precipice of some fucking madman declaring martial law over a border wall because 3,000 Guatemalans and Hondurans need to leave their countries to get some kind of life going because they're going to be murdered. And then all the bullshit propaganda on Fox and the arguing I've done with trolls that sit there and say, I even had one guy tell me this, and I'm telling you, I think this was a bunch of shit. We know that there's a problem in the South China Sea. We know that there's some issues, right? Okay, so this moron gets on and says to me, oh boy, we have to build this border because World War III is going to come and China is going to come through the Mexican border to the United States. You know, I am so sick of these people. I got to stand up. I'm so sick of these people. I am. I've had it. I don't know, maybe I need a vacation. I want to go to Florida. I want to go see Hambone. I want to see my mother, but I don't have the money right now, and I don't know if I will. Basil, namaste. Hi, Basil. Oh, you just missed me rag and whine about about extinction of species that nobody could give a shit about. You know, the fight about the wall in the Rio Grande is all about the money. It's all about the power. It's all about this fucking moron we have in office. And I'm sorry tonight I've had actually a cocktail. I've wanted to for a long time and I haven't for months because I'm always like Miss Perfect. But I'm not going to be because I'm aggravated. I'm so aggravated. I think I have every stinking electronic thing on in the house. Anyway, it's good to see you guys. I don't know if anybody wants to leave any comments, but I decided I would wear my feety pajamas and show you. Well, there we go. I love to show you what I wear on my feet. Because they look like the animals that are going extinct. Oh, hi, Rabble Razzle. Oh, there's a lot of comments. Great title. Okay, I didn't know there were so many comments. Phosphorus, it's very distressing to hear that they plan to do that, what they plan to do here. Of course, it's unnecessary. But the greater, oh, Jesus, what did I do? I lost you. When you're doing it on the stupid phone, it's not fun. The greater band of narcs and sociopaths care little for anything but war and control. No shit! And I'm just so friggin' disgusted with it all, you know? I'm battling my own demons. I'm battling my physical demons because while that neck surgery may have worked for like 2 weeks, or I thought it was, it hasn't. So, but while I battle the demons, I take on the larger world out there in the dark, in the dark. Well, what are you going to do? I just thought I would come on. The old man's had the flu for, I don't know, 2 weeks. Started a new job. Had to call in sick. But he went to his brother's tonight because I didn't want to leave the house, which is a pretty normal status for me. Let's see what other comments are in here. Hi, unfriendly yellow vest takeovers of the world needed now. Oh, thank you for still fighting. Saying, well, what am I going to do? I sit home and fight. I fight on the internet. I'm what they call a keyboard warrior right now. There are marches coming up in January that I want to go to in the state of New York, but I can't do it. I can't even stand up for freaking 10 minutes sometimes. And that's like really, you know, pissing me off. But that's neither here nor there. Unless I actually can illustrate and say, well, the collapse of civilization is the collapse of me. I'm chronicling the collapse of civilization as I'm collapsing myself because my spine is falling apart. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. And let me see more. Yeah. It's nice to see that y'all came. Thank you. Oh, sending some love. Hi, Warren from Florida. And D. Vincent and all of you. How cool. Well, Well, anyway, peace. My buddy out there, don't get mad at me because I had a cocktail. Felt good. I feel like Vegematic now. I'm doing oh, I cooked nice dinner too. My old man isn't even home. Man, I baked him a cake. I don't hardly ever do that shit. So, anyway, guys. Thanks for coming. Have a good night. I hate the border wall. It's never going to stop. Never going to stop hating it. And I wish I had the wherewithal so I could travel and go visit. But actually, wait. There's a guy that does videos called Don't Be Stupid. He's down there, and he's chronicling what's going on at the border. He's chronicling that Trump is lying about the border wall. He's showing how everything gets in through truck traffic and that they're not checking the trucks like they should be. So actually, there is more going on, but this guy's down there, and the channel is Don't Be Stupid, but I could put a link up in this, you know? So anyway, thank you for joining me, and have a really nice Sunday night. I'm still stuck in Christmas because I'm too freaking lazy to put the shit away. It's the first time I've had a tree up in, I don't know, 8 years. That wasn't above my knee. I tried to be festive this year. Peace, everybody. I hate the freaking